Like I said, I drive by here every day to and from work, and I've never been in.
All right, what's up? I'm Omeed. I don't know exactly who I'm talking to yet in the hypothetical world, so for now I'll just talk to you, Sareth.
Awesome.
And welcome to Kingsland Station Theater. This is the entryway. It's a cold day today. Typically, we don't have access to it right now. This is the museum entrance. What it is, it's a bunch of little model trains, miniatures. And then when you say that sentence, you're like, okay, so what? But when you go in there, hopefully you'll have the opportunity another time. It's pretty cool because they just made a little mini town, and it's sort of relaxing to walk around, and the little trains go by, and it's oddly mesmerizing when you're in there because you're just watching tiny trains. Whoever thought that would be so cool.
Yeah.
So the Station Theater, it's a venue, and it's heavily train themed, especially at the moment. So if you look around at all these paintings, you'll see different stuff. For example, there'll even be, I don't know, it's not necessarily here, but the one in the apartment where it has like the last official train robbery depiction, and it has a painting of the last official train robbery. So there's all sorts of train stuff and memorabilia right this way. So we're just tearing down all the Christmas decoration.
Say hello.
It's my wife, Misha.
Awesome.
So this would be the ticketing booth. And it's pretty straightforward. We'll keep it moving. Alright, so this way you want to watch where you're going while you're holding the camera. We're going upstairs to it's the attic. Technically, we use it for storage. And also we use it for lighting and sound. So as you can see right now, we're hanging up the Christmas decoration stuff now. And then there's skeletons there, and that's used for the pirate stuff. You can see there's Mardi Gras decoration, Easter eggs, all that. So this is sort of like holiday theming central. It's chaotic at the moment. And then this is one of my favorite rooms in the venue. If you look down there, that screen, it portrays all sorts of images. It's basically a giant TV, but what we use it for is right here. We connect it. We could play video cues for it. So what we've done in the past is interactive videos. So if it's a dance number, it could interact. You could do very simple effects like make it a brick wall, and someone could Bruce Lee the screen, and then the brick wall breaks. So through animation, create theatrical magic. And then also something we wanted to test soon. I don't know if you game at all, but we're like, it'd be cool to have like a little bit of e-gaming here, Madden tournaments, Tekken tournaments, Smash Brothers, and all that. Hypothetically, I think we could connect it, and then people could play on a giant TV. So we're looking at this venue beyond a theatrical venue. I'm looking at it as like an event hub, and at most casual, it's a hangout spot, and at the biggest, it's like a event hub where we could have live music. Remove all the seating. If you look down, all the seating is just standard movable chairs. So we can move it, clear it out for dance floor, or just have standing room only concerts. Right now we don't have the sound system set up and the lighting set up. It'd be a lot to get that going for you just now, but it's a pretty sophisticated lighting system, and the sound does boom once we get it going. So it's pretty cool. And right now we have minimal lighting cues. It's sort of like, do we want it to look like this palette, that palette? Do we want a little disco thing? But we're also looking for people that have a little bit of technical theater know-how. I don't know if that's in your repertoire at all, but we're looking for people that could kind of reprogram this and make it happen. So it's a bit of a blank canvas. There's a lot of unused equipment. We're probably getting rid of most of it. So yeah, that's the attic. And again, it's really sketchy, so take your time coming down.
Definitely some rails.
Yeah, we gotta get that up in there, man. And then the worst is when you have an emergency and you're just like you're trying to book it to do your thing. Over there is our concessions, and we do have a full liquor license. So if it's kids, there's a lot of hot chocolate, a lot of popcorn, and then for certain events, we're selling champagne, beer. We can sell hard liquor legally. There's no problem with it. So it's a pretty flexible venue, and it's sort of a diamond in the rough. So the area, to be honest, is not a very lively area. The most popping off two things are the diner and the pizza shop.
Oh.
So those are the big nightlife hubs of the town right now. A lot of people go to St. Mary's, a nearby town. It's a cute town, cute cafes and diners too, but there's not really much to do. Especially here in Georgia, the weather gets really hot and really cold, so people oftentimes don't have much to do outside. This, I think, is a good opportunity for the community to get involved with something on the inside, and I'll show you my favorite room. So this is the theater, and you know, when we first came here, Sareth, it was like after 2 hurricanes hit, and first of all, there was buckets and droplets hitting. The state was terrible. There was mold on the chairs. It smelled. It was muggy. Some of the carpeting was a little squishy and wet. It was a lot of water damage. So first thing we did is address that, and then certain things like the stage wasn't a real stage. It was a bunch of wood clumped together. So we put it together properly, painted it black. So there's still a bit of work to be done, but we're really happy with how it looks so far. And like with most theaters, like once the lights come down, it's a totally different atmosphere. I don't think your camera will pick it up, but I'll do it regardless in case.
Okay.
And this is my wife. So my wife and I have done shows here in the past, but this is our first day managing the venue.
Oh.
So we're still learning where all the light switches go. But for example, off, and then you see these lights here? So the camera might not pick it up exactly how we see it with the eye, but it's this very cool gas lamp effect.
Yeah.
And just that alone has really changed the vibe in the room. You can imagine if we got, a full house and this is the atmosphere they walk into. We could kind of see the Christmas tree shimmering there, but that's because it's Christmas. We are hitting other themes like westerns and pirate ships. We're hoping to do something in the wizarding realm. We're leaning really heavy into theming. We also have done a Roaring 20s theme in the past. And yeah, it really sets the mood with the lighting. So I'll be the first to admit that when you have the lights on, it could look a little hokey. Yeah, once the lights are off and we have the stage lights going, the performers hit, I would say it's up there with any other venue in the area. It's really cool. And like I said, the chairs are movable, stackable, so we have a lot of opportunity to reformat. When we first came in, it was almost like, what would you say, like wedding style? Are you with the bride or the groom? Which side do you want? So we kind of shaped it. It's already different than the way we did it. We have to redo it. But there's a lot of seating arrangements that you could do. You could hypothetically make a circle in the center and do a show in the round. There's a lot of opportunities. We're talking about events that aren't necessarily theatrical productions where we get rid of everything. And then it's really whatever you want to make of it. There's been talks about like play area for kids on, one Sunday a month. You could turn this into a dance party, put a DJ up there. So there's a lot of room for opportunity. And what Mishna, my wife, and I are doing right now is we're trying to keyword galvanize that community, just like you do with your festivals, trying to be like, hey, we know this person, that person. All right, I'll put this to you. So you had a list of bands, right? And you probably got a venue and you collected the bands. You can make it like cooking, collect the ingredients, put it in the right order, make sure that this doesn't clash with that, and then you have a delicious dish, and that's the festival you serve. I could think of the same philosophy here where it's like, we know the right people, we know the right lighting guy, this right sound guy, we know a hell of a singer, we're gonna pick a great theme that'll attract people. We bring a bunch of people in and we got the community in, then magic can commence. But right now, it's just a building, and I hate that it's just a building. So we're trying to transform this building into, what would you say, what would be the magic word? Experience is too tacky. I want to say something like, a magical day or a magical night out. And magical might be overused too, because that's the word Disney adopted, right? Magical. But just something where people could be like, remember that time we went to the place? Remember the festival? Or you want to go back next year? So we're hoping that no matter what people come here for, whether it's like a little kid-friendly show where we have dinosaur puppets, or if it's like an awesome big band with trombones and trumpets and a horn section, or if it's a Wild West theatrical shootout with comedy gags and someone lassoing someone on stage and just silly, stupid laughs, or a stand-up comedy show. We want this to kind of be a home for laughs, for cheers, for, you know, when the music's so good, you're bobbing your head, that kind of thing. Back in San Diego, we used to have producer battles. So it's the same thing as a dance battle, rap battle. So producers would bring their tracks and they'd compete each other, play 30 seconds to a minute of each track. And we just have a room of people standing and listening to music, but the context of the competition made it better than that, because we're rooting for producers and all that. So there's all sorts of events that I think we could bring here. It's just a matter of finding the demand, attracting the people that we want to experience the experience to come through, and easier said than done, because you know how hard that is. But yeah, that's the attempt that's the attempt. We're gonna try to make that happen. Right now, our big task is just creating a recruitment force that, because this is a nonprofit organization, so there's no budget for paid positions and stuff like that. My wife and I are volunteering as well. And we also live far away. We don't live here either.
Oh.
Yeah, so we just believe in it. We think it's got a lot of potential, and it sounds like a cliche, but you know the feeling when you throw an event, how fulfilling it is. When you see people have a good time because of your organizational skills. If we can make kids laugh and people go on fun date nights, or someone have a hell of a birthday party out here, to me it's like I'm down to drive and work for free to make that happen. But yeah, and this could be booked. People could book it. I still think that's the case because we're raising funds for the nonprofit. So like even hypothetically, if if someone wanted to come in and throw a birthday party here, they totally could. But better yet, if you have event organizational background, if you have an event in mind you'd like to throw, we could just facilitate that for you rent free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So it'd have to go through hoops and proper channels. I don't have the authority to just say, yeah, go for it. But like, let's say if you had a music festival in mind and you got a list of bands, I just take it up to the owners and they'll say, okay, have at it. And as long as they get people buying concessions and it's secure and there's no damage, they're gonna be happy that people are coming in the facility. And ultimately, I think we need an array of events, because this won't work as a theater venue, nor do I think it'll even work as a music venue. It's got to have everything come at it till we find, if we do get a niche, we have no idea what it is. So for all we know, this just turns into like children's theater, or it could be like the place where small bands get discovered and move over to bigger venues, who knows? Yeah. With one brick, you just have one brick.
Yep.
And then you see it when it turns into a building, you're like, that's no longer a brick anymore. Yep. So yeah, I really believe in the space. It's got a lot of potential. It needs a little tender love and care, but it's already a pretty cool space. And I talked to them about kind of the limited budget we do have to like really lean into like sprucing it up when we do have a theme. So for example, when we have the pirate stuff happening, all this Christmas stuff will be like ropes and nets and barrels all up there. And you saw the effect with the lanterns, so that's already something. I was talking about having cold fog machine on the floor, creating a little bit of a mysterious vibe. We build a facade of a ship at the very edge of the stage. So there'd be the stern and then the bow would be here. What's the name of it? It's called Dang, it's basically the hood ornament of the ship. I forgot the term. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've seen it, but I can't remember the name
I
of
forgot
it.
the name
Yeah, yeah.
myself. So yeah, have like a little statue coming out. Also, that'd be here. And then with the LED screen, we could utilize through just perspective and optical illusion. So we could create the ocean behind us, so to speak, and whether we want it to be island, backdrop, or port. Or we could put a bunch of those skeletons from upstairs around, put a bunch of fake gold and jewels, turn the screen into a cave, and then we're in a totally different pirate atmosphere. So I wouldn't think it's useful for a full-blown theatrical production because there's no curtains or anything like that. But it could do a lot of cool tricks having that screen back there. Let's see what else to show you. I'll show you the green room.
Oh, nice.
So even the green room is a work in progress. We're trying to declutter. We're trying to declutter everything. That's kind of why we're here. Day one, that's the number one task. Declutter, reorganize, kind of make this a comfortable lounge for guest performers. It could have a potential of being a VIP pre-show or post-show hangout area if we have an upcharge of tickets and want to provide some sort of backstage VIP experience, and we could serve drinks here and have people hang out. Depends how cool we make it look, right? Right now it's unacceptable, but it's a space and we can make stuff happen. Back here there's a full bathroom. It's not clean, so I wouldn't film it too much, but there's a full bathroom shower for the performers.
Awesome.
Little bit of storage, and we got a costume rack here. We have not begun to organize or do any inventory for the space yet. But yeah, it's just a bunch of cool little rooms, and that connects with the train station, the model trains. So down the road, if they keep it there, it's there. If not, that's a whole other room that opens up in the venue. And I think the owners are open-minded to do a variety of things with it. And this is the backstage area. So again, you see there's like a lot of clutter and mismatchy things. It's just kind of like cleaning up someone's messy car on a giant scale, really. And yeah, and there's backstage there too. So if you come here, you see kind of, it looks like an eagle's perching over it. That was a snow machine. And we set it up, and it's just really casually up there. It's not that fancy. We got an industrial snow machine. But what we did is for Christmas, my wife was on the mic from the sound booth, so she didn't see, and she was like, boys and girls, if you wish for snow, it just might snow inside. And the kids are chanting, we want snow, we want snow. And I waited a little longer, hit the snow machine, and they're screaming, yeah, because they think they made snow come inside. It's a pretty legit snow machine. It looked pretty real. It's like soap and bubbles, but it looks like legit snow. And yeah, all the kids were jumping up and down. They kept chanting, we want snow, we want snow. So little gags like that, where it's not quite a performance art. It's not quite like a ride at a theme park, but just creating experiences for especially young people to have a good time here. If we could figure out a lot of moments like that little snow machine and just figure it out all over the space, whatever the theming is, I think that's like a key to the success here in the space. We've already had, I mentioned the Roaring Twenties production. We got some great dancers and singers in that show. I'm confident to say like maybe the best in the area. But the word's not getting out. So we've done shows where it's half full, and then unfortunately we've done shows where it's like a quarter full.
Wow.
So we're trying to get full houses up in here. And we have very limited resources for marketing. So the best we could do now is digital advertising, put a little bit of money behind it, hand out flyers, but we're hoping to recruit a street team, people that go to festivals in the area, outreach, just getting the word out. Because I sincerely believe once we get the ball rolling, the word of mouth will hit. Just like you do your annual festival, if you have 10% come back year after year, and then they're friends, that's how it just gets.